it's just sundown here, and we're going to fetch, we got a phone call, and we're going to go fetch what appears to be a Zenith rectangular vintage set. So more on that when we reach our destination in about an hour drive. It will be dark by then. Somewhere over here. Again, it's not a very big set. I'm kind of curious, just what does it have for a CRT in it? Well, the ad is still up here. It's not 1947, it's more like 1966. Great relic for artistic project. Belonged to my husband's grandparents, not working. Well, it ends up to, it's with us now, and it's a 25X4529-1 with the 25NC3B chassis. It has a GE rebuilt 25 AP, GP, XP22. I can't quite see the label. So we'll get a SAMS on this and take a look at it. Okay, here's a picture of our SAMS here on the Zenith. It's set 866 folder 3. And it's just about the same time as the CTC24. It's actually a little older. We have a date of 2 of 67. But the SAMS on the CTC24 is 1067. So they're about 1966 sets, both of them. Again, this says a 25 GP22, and it has a replacement GE in it. We'll go out and take a look and see what we have. Let me get you a look at the chassis here on the next page. We'll go out and take a look at what it looks like. From the underneath. And over time, it appears that the Zeniths do hold up pretty well. This design was pretty bulletproof. No printed circuit boards, handcrafted. take a look outside. One of the knobs was off, but I found it in the base of the trailer here. Your controls are at the bottom. This has been either in a garage, it's rusty. It looks like we'll be doing another safety glass for a 25 GP. There's some cork there from the replacement, it looks like, or somewhat. There is some critters in here, some nesting. We'll take a look at that from the back. It's about to get very nasty here weather-wise. It's nice out today, but sooner or later here it's going to get cold, windy, rainy, then snowy, but don't even say that. We'll take full advantage of weather anytime we can here. This will have to be taken over, and we'll blow it out or take the shop vac or whatnot. We have some tuner pieces here. That's a piece of a knob on the front that is cracked or broken. I use the old particle board on the bottom, which is not my favorite. The stereos I have to tend to bust up because of that. 2-year unconditional warranty on this picture tube. 25AP22. And that's a GE branded replacement CRT. I don't know if you can see that over there or not, but that's a red GE label. Again, the model 25 NC38. We'll check this CRT, see how we did here. Okay, we've cleaned up a little bit of the chassis, vacuumed out some of the crud in there. We have our B&K attached with socket number 3. I'm testing this as a 25AP22 because I can't see what the GE number of that tube is. So we're 6.3 filament, of course. We'll turn this on, set our heater. Tube is lighting. Our line voltage is 120. G1 at 50. And we'll give it a few minutes to warm up. Try and set our cutoff here. I can't really set the cutoff on the red. Green has a little cutoff. Blue has some cutoff. You get about a half a division on each setting the cutoff. Back to 6.3 on the heater. Again, cutoff, I have to go up with just about all 3 of them except the blue. Let's give a test. Now we'll go to emission. And what's wrong with this picture? I'm hoping that emission can't be that bad. And on 6.3, cutoff is set, and test. Come on, for a rebuilt tube. Maybe the socket is dirty. I'm moving it. I don't know what this thing is doing. I'll leave this on a few minutes. Doesn't look hopeful. The blue is the only one that's showing any signs of life here. Let's take our heater up a little bit. Bring our heater up to I don't know, 7, 8 volts. And the cutoff, of course, wakes right up. We'll test again. So it looks like GE didn't do a very good job rebuilding these tubes. It's climbing. May come back to life. It's climbing, but let's go back to our 6.3. Tube's waking up. Let's leave this a few minutes and come back. Okay, it hasn't been too long here, just about a minute or so. I'm running the heater at 5 volts and I'm able to set the cutoff. So the tube is waking up, and that's on 5 volts. We're able to set the cutoff. I'm running it just at 5 volts. Now we're technically in the green. We'll bump it up in a few minutes to 6 and see how it does. Okay, finally on the tube here, we've set our filament back to 6.3, G1 at 50, line voltage is 120. We have set our cutoffs, and at 6.3 after about 5 minutes, I've seen better. Life test. Technically they're in the green. These rebuilt tubes may be okay. Life test. And regular. The only one trailing is the green. That's okay. Okay, we'll call this a wrap for the CRT testing. I believe it's worthy. It's worthy of removing the safety glass in the front. Up next we will I'm not sure how you turn this set on. Perhaps the broken knob is the power. I don't know. We're going to have to see how this powers up. Just checking the CRT one last time. It appears to have been waking up. So, we'll kill that for now. This is the on-off in our parts bin. I did find one knob that fits on there, so let's go with that. And inquiring minds again are going to want to know what happens when we power this up. If I took that other one, that black and white Zenith, out of the mud and it powered up, I'm kind of curious as to see what this will do. And I'm an advocate of changing all the filter caps and whatnot. Eventually down the line they may bite you, but for an initial power up we have the Variac with our ammeter. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this on. I have the volume about halfway up. I'll start increasing the voltage. About 30 volts. I suppose it would help if we plug the picture tube socket back in. I don't see any current. Don't see any current. Check this Variac, because this is the first time I've used this one. Yeah, we're getting about 73 volts out. And I did check it at the output terminals, as this Variac has both output terminals and a plug on the side. And there's our fuse right there. Fuse looks okay. I do hear a little goose with that. But again, I have nothing on the meter. So that's probably for the power transformer. No tubes being lit. And no circuit breaker on this. I have nothing on the current meter. I'll have to consult the SAMs and see where we're losing. Where we're losing our power. Power switch? You can check that or jump it out. Okay, the power switch being up there, quite handy for Zenith, is comes down to the chassis here, and I've simply just gone ahead and jumped it out. If you wanted to test it in circuit, what you would do is just put your meter leads across the switch, and if you see voltage across the switch, that means the switch is open. If you were to go across the switch with the TV on, you would expect no voltage across the switch. So voltage across the switch means an open switch if it's on. But we're not going into that right now. We're just going to jump it out and try again and see if we get any tube filaments. Of course, the bell fuse there did make the transformer hum a little, so I don't think it is the switch. And again, I'm about 80 volts, 90. This set is open somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. We do have do have tube filament there. I don't know what's up with. Maybe the ammeter is, I don't know. I haven't used this variac. We'll let it sit here. The picture tube is lighting up. The damper is lighting up. The filaments are lighting up. Again, I don't understand this variac, but I don't see any current. Or do I? Yes, there is current. There is current on that. Oh, crackling, we're at 106 volts. Come on, Ron, you know you want to. The glare here is incredible. $114 volts. Like only about an amp. 1, 2, 3, only about an amp. Tube is lit. A little crackle of the sound. No smoke. I do not hear any high voltage. Just hum. Not a terrible amount of current. I'm hearing a sound that I don't like over here. That sound, and it's drawing current when it does that. See that meter bounce up? I don't know if you heard that. That current went up, see? Up to like 10. There's a short in here somewhere. I'm going to increase the voltage. See, it goes up about to 10. I don't think that's a good thing. We'll have to wind it down for now. I heard that hum though, and that wasn't a very nice sound. And I smell heat. That might just be the dust baking off the tubes. I don't know what that hum was all about. Hum in like 10 amps. Filter capacitors do not feel warm. Actually, I do feel heat. It's just a resistor. That's what I feel is a resistor right there. We're gonna have to bench test this. That's the preliminary, is it just does not want to kick, and when it does kick, it draws heavy current. So we'll get back on that. Thanks for watching. On the Zenith chassis 25NC38. Okay, curiosity seems to be getting the best of me here. What I'm going to go and do is, I had to pull the cover off to vacuum out and take a look inside. And while we're in here, I did check. Maybe hard to see here. We only have sunlight for about 6 hours a day now. The diodes are okay. It's our degaussing thermistor there. I would like to unplug the degausser. Capacitor wise, yes, section C3, section B, according to the schematic, is the 340 volt line, whatever memory serves me. This capacitor is bad though. The old timers told me, and you can tell when you see that white crud. See that white crud coming? See that white crud coming out of there? And this is not on, by the way. The capacitor is bad. Whenever we saw the white crud on there, that capacitor is bad and needs to be replaced. It would be humming the picture or whatnot. So in any event, we're going to check that 300 volt line. All the other caps checked okay. I get a low reading on this one here. No, the section of the fourth section of this C2, I believe it is over here, but it's this one right here reads about 300 ohms, but it really doesn't do anything, from what I can tell. Nothing I care about. But so let's go in and let's check that that voltage on this cap right here. That's C3 section B. Get ready to and turn it on. This variac does not have a switch on it. So we'll monitor the current, the voltage. Let's go up to about 50 volts. Let's turn the power on and watch what happens. Watch our voltage over here on this meter. Of course, it needs to be attached. Boy, man, these long shadows in this sun is really something. These clips are designed to stay on, but they don't stay on very good. Alright, we're at 54 volts over here on the variac. Current is low. Nothing stays as it should here. Our current is still acceptable. Well, one thing I'm going to do here, let me lower this. What others I've seen do, just in case it's the horizontal sweep section, I want to go and I want to pull the cap off that horizontal output tube there. So we'll pull the cap off that. We'll bring it up and see if we get any sound. Let's go right up here. Our current is okay. I don't hear any bad noises. 260 on that line there. Volume is up. We're up about 115 where we started having trouble before. I'll leave it at 110. 308 volts. The 110 going in. This TV is very rusty. Not terrible, but I don't hear a thing. I don't hear any vertical. At 300 plus volts there. Not a peep. It's not doing that funky shorting out thing though either. Goose at the 119, but no smoke. No, nothing. Let's put that sweep circuit, that cap back on that horizontal output tube. Horizontal output tube is way in the front. Okay. The horizontal is back attached. And 110 volts, 290 there. That's the main voltage. All the others are derived from that. Oh, there it is again. There's that hum, and that ammeter went way up. Oh, and the voltage goes down to like 120. See? There's something shorting. There's something shorting here. Oh, and this is while we have the horizontal hooked up. Okay, we'll stop there whilst I added the horizontal plate cap. It started drawing excessive amounts of current. That'll do it for right now. Thanks for watching. Yeah, there's one tenant in there, but we'll get him if you're squeamish, then you may not want to watch. Okay, I figure while we have this chassis out and all cleaned, let's take our horizontal output tube and our damper in for a check. Not sure how good tube testers are at finding shorted tubes when they're under load like that, but and again, I don't know what happens to 6BK4s when they go. Oh sure, realistic lifetime. That could be the problem right there. Let's go check some things out. Okay, this horizontal output tube has to be the strangest thing I've ever seen. It's warm. I don't see any filament, and it has grid emission. Shows shorts in some of the normal positions. 10, 1, I think it says 1. 1, 3, 4, and 10. 1, 3, 4, and 10. Okay, so it's there. Tests on 5. No emission and leakage. I don't even see that tube glowing. This is what, and it's warm. That's what blows my mind here. And I don't have a 6JS6 handy or a 6KD6. This is just acting, it's just bizarro. It's hot, but it has, I don't see a hint of glow in that. Strange. The only thing I could find to check my tester is a 36KD6, which of course glows, reads good. So that horizontal output tube here is acting very, very strange. That's the 6KD6 here. I'll lower this filament down. Plug this thing in here and see what is up with that. I'm on the wrong setting here, I know. JS6. JS6 629 1059. Shove you back in 9. And I don't see anything glowing. This has to be shorted inside to the filament shorted to something. It has absolutely no emission. I don't want to ruin the tester. I'll bring this up to about 10 volts. This tube is just... I've seen enough without checking with another tube. We'll look around, but I don't believe I have one. Next we'll move on to the damper. The damper, which is the .6CJ3. 6CJ3 or 6DW4. Okay, we happen to have a 6CJ3, 6DW4 if we need it. This tube is lighting. I don't suspect the damper. One never knows. Like nothing on this damper either. 6CJ3. CJ3, 6CJ3, 625-8210. That's correct. I have nothing on that either. Okay. Don't know what that was all about. I'll say the damper is okay. So on for a horizontal output tube. That could be all this set needs. I've probably never tested a 6BK4 the whole time I've had this tester, because you need these TC adapters, which I've happened to come across in a recent box of parts at a Hamfest. So that's glowing and it tests good. I don't put much emphasis on the test on this because it runs at such high voltage, but we can check for shorts here. The only tube that's not testing right now is the horizontal output tube, which is a good thing.